This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat and far. We keeping a foot on the what? The Deeks. We keeping a foot on the what? The Deeks. And like the Tibetan mastiff that I am, man. Like the Siberian tiger that I am, I'm applying what? Unlimited pressure. Because pressure does what? Heat bursts his pipes. Let's talk about it, man. See, this is what He Knows Everything was talking about when he said that Scottie Pippen is delusional. Scottie Pippen is missing a few fucking screws. You guys have to understand why Scottie Pippen does not get cut no slack here. Why Scottie Pippen gets basically excoriated. Why Scottie Pippen gets disrespected at the highest levels. It's because Scottie Pippen doesn't respect himself. You guys sat here and watched a snippet of me talk about a video that I did. Well, I didn't talk about it. Phil Jackson did. And Phil Jackson called Scottie Pippen the greatest, basically, utilities man. The greatest guy that can do all kinds of things on the basketball court. This came out of Phil Jackson's fucking mouth. Phil Jackson didn't have to say this, but he said it. You want to know why Phil Jackson fucking said it? Phil Jackson said it because Phil Jackson was making a pivotal point. You want to know what the pivotal point is? That Scottie Pippen is exactly the way Phil Jackson viewed him. Now, when you listen to that video and you listen to everything Phil Jackson said, does that sound like Scottie Pippen is right in what he's saying? Or does it sound like Scottie Pippen is drunk as a fucking skunk? Scottie Pippen is using the racist terminology in the wrong vernacular. There are some black people that just do this shit. They don't understand that everything is not racist. Everything is not. And the way that Scottie Pippen's going about it, he's trying to sell a book. We got to call a spade here. We got to keep it real. We got to keep it a buck. We got to keep it 1,000. Because when it's all said and done, that's what it boils down to. Scottie Pippen is trying to sell a book. And when you're trying to sell a book, you're going to do anything to prop yourself up. The same Phil Jackson that he tried to excoriate, the same Phil Jackson that he tried to get on, the same Phil Jackson that he tried to basically showcase as someone that is supposedly propping himself up for a book, but he's doing the same thing. Isn't that a things that make you say, Isn't that a things that make you say, But in this most cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cut-through fashion, it's as simple as this. That Scottie Pippen has fucking issues. Now, unless you want to call a spade, unless you want to keep it real, unless you want to keep it a buck, unless you want to keep it 1,000, you're not going to be real with yourself. You're not going to identify what you saw that Scottie Pippen was fucking doing that was wrong. Because there's a lot of wrong with Scottie fucking Pippen. And you guys want to know what the lot of wrong with Scottie Pippen is? That Scottie Pippen is not the basketball player that you guys think that he is. That's why Reggie Miller got on him. That's why Charles Barkley got on him. And they are certified, calculated, verified, authorized, and approved to get on him. Because Scottie Pippen is talking too sideways out of his ass. Scottie Pippen is talking like someone who is unfucking grateful for what has been done unto D. If it wasn't for Phil Jackson putting Scottie Pippen in the positions that he did, if it wasn't for Phil Jackson instituting and ingratiating the triangle offense that Tex Winter created, by the way, because we got to give Phil Jackson credit. Even though Tex Winter is the creator of the triangle offense, Phil Jackson was the one that put the pieces together. If it wasn't for Phil Jackson to tell Michael Jordan, hey, you got this guy right here in Scottie Pippen, Scottie Pippen would not be found. And Jordan wouldn't have had the epiphany that, oh, I need to use this motherfucker. I need to use his skill set. I need to use his ability. I need to use his game. That wouldn't have been done. So because that wouldn't have been done and that wouldn't have been used, then guess what? We wouldn't have a situation where Scottie Pippen would flourish in the way that he has flourished. This is why Scottie Pippen sounds ludicrous. This is why Scottie Pippen sounds comical. This is why Scottie Pippen sounds bitter. This is why the real issue is Scottie Pippen always had hatred for Michael Jordan. Robins always have this deep down in their bones for fucking Batman. This is basically basketball 101. This is why Batman's always expect, and their standard for Robins is to expect absolute loyalty. And when Robins don't give them absolute loyalty, they basically get rid of them like their fucking dish washing soap. You know how dishwashing soap ends because the cycle of the dishwashing needs to be done, and then guess what? You have to use another soap in the soap dispenser. That's how fucking Robins are. But Batmans, they don't come too often. So when a Batman tells a Robin, good fucking soldier, I demand absolute loyalty, and Batman doesn't get it, it's a fucking problem. Batman was standing in front of Leonardo, man, the Michelangelo, Donatello, and the Ninja fucking Turtles, and Raphael. Raphael and Leonardo are two alpha males of the Ninja Turtles, and they seemed like they was beta males in front of Batman. I done told you guys, man. No, there's levels to this alpha shit. There's levels to this beta shit. I done told you guys, Batman is a true alpha extraordinaire governed by true alpha economics. And that's how he made Leonardo and Raphael, two alpha male turtles, feel. Made them feel beta. When it's all said and done, this is what it boils down to. Scottie Pippen is hot and bothered like grits. He's insecure and miserable as you know what in his life. He's having midlife crisis and he don't know how to handle. And he doesn't know how to deal with the fact that everybody knows that Michael Jordan made his ass. If Michael Jordan molded you, then Michael Jordan gets credit for your ass. That's just like any fucking Robin that I've molded. If I mold you, I get fucking credit for you. It's that simple. Two bulls can't reign in one pen. Dundada's not plural, you know. So when Michael Jordan talks in the vernacular that Michael Jordan talks in, and he gets the credit that he gets, it's because Michael Jordan did the work to get the credit that he deserves. And he did the vernacular that was necessary for him to get all of the credit that's associated with that. If Michael Jordan doesn't do what Michael Jordan does, there would be no fucking Scottie Pippen. So the bottom line is, Scottie Pippen, you're thankful, you're grateful to Michael Jordan's credit, because his credit certified, it authorized, it calculated, it verified your Robin existence. That's what you will always be remembered as. You will never fucking be remembered as no damn Batman, because nobody identifies you as a fucking Batman. And if you don't want to accept that cold-hearted, you don't want to accept that unadulterated, and you don't want to accept that cutthroat true teller fashion, then nobody else is going to accept it for you. When it's all said and done, you're fucking Robin. This is what your NBA career is. It would never be no greater than that. And the quicker you come to that conclusion, the quicker you come to that understanding, the quicker you come to that underlining silver moment, is the quicker things are going to work out in your fucking favor. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat true teller fashion. When it's all said and done, Scottie Pippen, stop the presses and pump the brakes on the nonsense. Go sit down somewhere and what? Higgity fucking hush. I keeps the foot on the whoop on the Knicks. I keeps the foot on the whoop on the Knicks. The moral of the story, folks, and PS is as simple as this. Batmans will always be Batman, but Robins will always be a Robin. This is He Knows Everything. Check it out.